To be set in one's ways. To be inflexible or resistant to change, especially regarding one's beliefs or habits. Describing someone who is unwilling to consider alternative viewpoints or adapt to new ideas. Being set in your ways can be a disadvantage in a rapidly changing world. She's set in her ways when it comes to politics. She never wavers in her support for her party. My grandfather is set in his ways. He refuses to use a smartphone because he prefers his old flip phone. He's set in his ways about what constitutes real art. He refuses to appreciate any contemporary works. The company's management is set in their ways. They resist any suggestions for modernizing the workplace. To have a bee in one's bonnet. To be preoccupied or obsessed with a particular idea or opinion. Describing someone who is fixated on a specific topic and frequently talks about it. He's got a bee in his bonnet about politics lately. Every conversation turns into a debate. My boss has had a bee in his bonnet about productivity ever since the company's profits dipped. She's had a bee in her bonnet about the new dress code. She thinks it's too restrictive. She has a bee in her bonnet about organic food. She won't stop talking about its benefits. Ever since he read that article, he's had a bee in his bonnet about climate change. To take something with a grain of salt. To be skeptical or cautious about accepting something as true or accurate. Describing a mindset of not fully believing or trusting something until further evidence is provided. He tends to exaggerate, so I always take his stories with a grain of salt. Before making any decisions, it's wise to take everything you hear with a grain of salt. The tabloids are known for sensationalism, so you should take their reports with a grain of salt. I take his promises with a grain of salt. He's let me down too many times before. You should take her advice with a grain of salt. She's not always the most reliable source. To be on the fence. To be undecided or neutral about a particular issue. To not have a strong opinion either way. Describing someone who is hesitant or unsure about committing to a specific position. She's on the fence about moving to a new city. She's worried about leaving her friends behind. I'm on the fence about joining the club. I'm not sure if I have enough time to commit. I'm on the fence about whether to accept the job offer. There are pros and cons to consider. Many voters are on the fence about the candidate. They're waiting to see how the debates unfold. He's on the fence about the proposal. He can't decide if it's worth pursuing. To have a bone to pick with someone. To have a complaint or grievance with someone. To want to discuss or address an issue with them. Describing a situation where someone is annoyed or frustrated with someone else's actions or opinions. I have a bone to pick with my friend about canceling our plans at the last minute. The customer has a bone to pick with the company about the faulty product they sold him. I have a bone to pick with my neighbor about his loud music late at night. He has a bone to pick with the restaurant staff about the poor service he received. She has a bone to pick with her coworker about not pulling their weight on the team project. To see eye to eye. To agree or have the same opinion as someone else. Describing a situation where two or more people share similar viewpoints or perspectives. We see eye to eye on the importance of environmental conservation. It's refreshing to find someone I can see eye to eye with on politics. Despite our differences, we see eye to eye on most issues. Even though we come from different backgrounds, we see eye to eye on the need for equality. We don't always see eye to eye, but we respect each other's opinions. To be of two minds. To be undecided or unsure about something. To have conflicting opinions or feelings. Describing a state of indecision or ambivalence regarding a particular issue or decision. I'm of two minds about investing in the stock market. It could lead to high returns, but there's also a risk of losing money. I'm of two minds about whether to attend the conference. On one hand, it's a great opportunity, but on the other hand, it's expensive. They're of two minds about moving to a new city. It would mean better job prospects, but they'd be far from family. She's of two minds about accepting the job offer. The salary is attractive, but she's unsure about the company culture. He's of two minds about selling his car. He could use the money, but he's sentimental about it. Level up your English. Master vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs with fun quizzes. Translate meanings into 104 languages. Download now. Link in the description. Please like and subscribe to our channel.